Number one on trending, it's the end of the beauty world. No, it's not. It's more like the end of the actual world. So first things first, I got like a major ear infection, so I can't hear out of my right ear. So if I sound weird or anything, then that's because of that. And also, if there's any grinding sounds in the background, it's because Chomper's over there munching on an antler. And there's Chomper chomping. So I'm going to go over a bunch of topics why I think it's actually going to be the end of the world pretty soon, or not really the end of the world, but more end of humanity, which I guess in return would be the end of the beauty world. Alright, so first things first. An Iranian MP puts a $3 million bounty on President Donald Trump's head. That's right, a lawmaker offers cash to anyone who kills the US president after the drone strike assassination of top Iranian generals. So that's just crazy. It's like they're just trying to like fuel the fire. Like, like, hey, if anybody can kill Donald Trump, $3 million bounty. Like, that's just crazy. Then Iran was also stating that they need nuclear arms, that they shouldn't actually not be pulling out of the nuclear deal, and that they should be actually creating nuclear bombs, creating nuclear missiles and stuff like that, because then they wouldn't be bullied by USA and all these other countries, and they would be deemed as a threat. So then they would actually be left alone, which doesn't make any sense to me. So if we didn't have any nuclear threats or fears as it is, North Korea also on top of it says it's no longer bound by nuclear commitments, and it's actually going to start testing again and going along with its nuclear objectives. So we got North Korea to worry about, and we got Iran to worry about, which really sucks. And like this just like sets off like a bunch of chain of events, because if like just even threatening Trump and the president and the U.S. is just gonna like backfire, because they've already like bombed their military bases and like shot down that plane and killed a bunch of innocent passengers. They already admitted to it, and yeah, it's like it's just eventually it's just gonna cause a bunch of wars, and like the U.S. and Canada don't want to go to war, and it just doesn't seem like no matter what we say or do, that they're just gonna keep escalating it to the point that they're gonna basically force the hand. You keep biting the fan that or keep biting the hand that feeds you. Eventually, that hand's not going to feed you anymore. It's not, it's going to retaliate back. So besides nuclear war and World War III, we also have to worry about the new coronavirus. That's right. It's like the new coronavirus is like SARS, or like like this disease that's happening. It happened in China, and now it's already spreading across the world by human to human contact, and it's going to be like a new pandemic. And like they're saying that if it actually caught, like it could actually like be like the new plague or something like that. And this is like a serious outbreak, and they're not treating it like this, like it is, and it's just crazy. So this coronavirus has already sickened hundreds of people and killed 6 people in Asia, and like they have confirmed the first case in North America, which is actually like mind-boggling, because they're allowing people to travel from this area that has this crazy disease right now, and allowing them to actually travel to Canada and the US, and they're not really doing any proper screening or like anything to actually prevent it. Like you figured they would just like stop all traveling from these countries, like because like if it's like the new bubonic plague or anything like that, like wouldn't you want to prevent this? Like they're going to cause other people to get sick and die. The thing about this virus is they're saying it's a person to person transmission, and it's similar to the same family as SARS, which back in 2002 2003 killed more than 700 people, which is really crazy. And it's also similar to the Middle East respiratory syndrome of MERS, MERS. So like yeah, and that also infected and killed 300 people, which is just really crazy. So they need to take this really seriously. Everybody needs to take this seriously. Thanks to our Canadian government and health safety and everything, and the Americans, I'm pretty sure it's already in our country. It's probably already, being transmitted across. For all I know, I might even have it. I like my ear, I can't hear out of it infected. It's like similar symptoms to like the flu and stuff like that. And people in Saskatchewan have already died from like the flu, apparently. They might not want to say it's the virus because they don't want to like cause pandemic, but like, I'm pretty sure like, it's something that we really have to worry about. Then on Australia, because of the wildfires, there was over a billion animals that I believe that were killed. Yeah, that's right, a billion animals, and they're saying that over 100 different species have been impacted, and that they're actually pushing many of them towards extinction. That's right, 100 different species. That's crazy. So like, yeah, that's just going to impact the world dramatically. And like we need to do something to save the animals and like save the ecosystem. And like I believe like people are against cloning and stuff like that, but we do clone our vegetables and plants and we eat it, and we kind of like I think at this point we have no choice but to step up our cloning game and start cloning animals and saving them. So let's go into some local Canadian news, I guess, as well. We got Trudeau, who's rejecting the prisoner exchange of two Canadians in China for Meng Wanzhou, which is like the Hawaii lady. And what's crazy about this whole thing, and get this, is that there's two Canadian people in China right now in jail, being detained, in jail, being treated. God knows how, what, like, however they'd be treated in a Chinese jail, I guess. And then you have this lady, Meng Wanzhou, out in Canada, who's supposed to be detained and arrested and whatever, but she's on house arrest, so she's in her multi-million-dollar house with her family and enjoying, his basic freedom. And, we have Trudeau here basically denying the prisoner exchange. He should just demand that they should give them back because, the whole thing with Meng and the whole thing was with America and nothing to do with Canada. We're just holding her until they basically can extradite her to the US. So, like, it just blows my mind that China has two Canadians and have them in actual jail, where the person that we have in Canada, Meng, is on house arrest in her multi-million-dollar house with her family, and it just doesn't make any sense, Like, what the heck? How about in British Columbia? Yes, that's right, BC. We got some conservation officers under fire where they have killed 4,500 bears in 8 years. That's right. These conservation officers, they get called out when people see a bear. They're supposed to like tranquilize them, relocate them, take care of them, rehabilitate them, whatever means necessary. But instead, I guess what they're doing is just shooting them and throwing them in the trash or in the garbage or the dump. So like it's like, either I can tranquilize them and relocate them and do all this stuff, which is going to cost money, which I'm being funded and paid to do, or I could just take the easy route, take my gun, shoot them, and throw them in the dump, save all that money, and put it in my back pocket. That's the way I look at it. And a lot of people are getting in trouble because there's actually some people that found a bear and like put a like a baby bear, a cub, put like a blanket around it, gave it some food and water, and like nursed it and like brought it to like a conservation officer, and they like were like threatened to like get fined and stuff and arrested. So it's like really crazy. And like doing some research, I found out that there was over 4,000 bears killed, and that's just crazy. They're supposed to conserve them, not kill them. And like I was led to believe that if you call one of these officers, they're going to relocate them. Now I'm led to believe that they're just going to kill them. So what would you rather do? Call one of these officers or relocate the bear yourselves? And there's also an outrage in one of the communities where an Aboriginal Native group was actually doing a different approach with one of the bears and actually decided, we're actually going to treat it and like like a pet and try to domesticate it in a sense. And it seemed to be working, and it had no problems with any of the locals. And then one of the conservation officers in BC found out, and what did they do? They took the bear and killed it. So there's a big controversy going on right now about bears in BC being killed, and it doesn't seem to be being mentioned anywhere worldwide. And even in like the local media it gets mentioned a little bit, but like it's like nobody really cares. It's like, oh, like a couple bears died, but no, it's over 4,000 bears that have died, and that's a lot of bears. Like if that was people would be outraged, and like it just doesn't make any sense. Like bears are animals, and like I believe the animals, no matter what kind they are, they're just like us. Just because they don't have hands and have technology and communicate like us, they still feel and they have souls, and they can have their own means of communicating and everything. So they should have the same equal rights. So anyways, that it just blows my mind, and I just thought I'd share that with you guys and girls and everybody who's watching, anyone. So since we're in BC, I figured I'd go over some updates about Carson. Yeah, sadly, if you don't remember, Carson was a teenager who passed away from a drug overdose at the Walnut Grove skate park. He was actually forced to take a bunch of drugs that were a lot more than what he thought he was supposed to take, and he ended up overdosing. And he trusted these people, and they posted it all over social media. I've just been doing some research. There hasn't really been any updates other than the police that were involved. They were being investigated to be, neglecting and maybe, they didn't actually go to the skate park and they didn't stay around or they didn't search, but it seems like they actually, they were doing their duty or their job. They seemed, from what I understand, that they have some people that are under, I guess, that they have in question or like that they have in mind of pressing charges against, but they still have their case open pending. So I don't know what's going on with the toxology report. But yeah, I guess if I hear anything, I'll just keep you guys all updated. So while all this is going on in the world, locally, not locally, worldwide, YouTube trending, you look on there, it's just crazy, silly, stupid videos in my mind that make no sense, most of them, that, shouldn't even be on trending. There should be other topics like these that should be number one trending that people should be talking about and like discussing about. And like, for example, like right now in British Columbia and across Canada, like the most number one trending thing that everyone's talking about is on their minds is the fact that the royal family is actually coming to Canada. What do you mean? Yeah, no, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the princess or whatever, they decided to denounce their royalship and they're deciding to become regular citizens just like you or me, and they're going to move to Canada somewhere and they're going to take up residence and be just like normal citizens. But get this, there's a catch that apparently if any royals come to Canada, that the Canadian government, the RCMP, is supposed to be providing security and the taxpayers are supposed to be paying for that. So do you believe that we should still be paying for it or and they should have security or not? Because I believe that since they're denouncing their citizen, or I mean not their citizenship, but denouncing their royalship as royals, they are regular citizens. They should not have security. I'm a regular citizen. I don't have security unless I provide funding for it. The RCMP is not gonna, patrol and like watch me 24/7 and bodyguard me like they would with the Royals. So I don't know. You guys let me know your decision, your comments on that. But like this is like what's number one trending on Canada right now across. But there's all these different things going on, like the coronavirus, which is huge. Like this could impact everybody. Like this could be like impacting you right now and impacting your friends or your family. And like it just blows my mind. And then like the fact that what's going on with the US and Trump and like everything else, it just some of the stupidest things are what people talk about, and then other things that are way more important people just kind of ignore and forget about. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I just thought I'd mention that as well, that Canadians are going crazy over the Royals, where I don't think it should really matter at all. And then we have all these other issues like I brought up, and it's not really a big concern to anybody. Anyways, I might have ranted and raved a little bit about those topics. It's just my opinion and just going over about them and how I feel. You might agree, you might disagree. You can let me know in the comments below what you think about these subjects that I covered. But anyways, the last thing I'm going to do is go over the giveaway winners. That's right, the giveaway winners for the Christmas sticker package giveaway. Sorry I didn't do it sooner. It's just that I was waiting for 10 people to enter, and sadly 10 people didn't enter, but the people that did enter, here are the winners brought to you right now. All right, so we had 91 views, 12 likes, 4 dislikes, and we got terrible ideas. Pick me, I could use the extra toilet paper. Well, sadly you didn't use the hashtag, bro, or I would pick you. But we got the frickin' Family Guy. We got, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so we got Juvenal Aguilera, Charlie WWFC, Chris Sanderson, Notnar, Jack Burry, Lucas Barker, and Andrew McSherry. That's right. So those people there, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people that entered. Basically, email me your address at gordson666@gmail.com. And I will send you your stickers, your prize package, and let me know if you guys want me to do another giveaway. Yeah, maybe I should do another giveaway. Let me know in the comments below. Don't worry if you didn't get the email. I'll be putting in the description down below so you can email me so you can get your sticker packages that you guys want. Let me know if you guys want me to do another giveaway. Like this video, comment down below with your opinion and your comments, and I'll respond back as well. Last but not least, I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Peace out, and I really hope this isn't the end of the world, but you know, there's a lot of things going on that lead everyone to believe that it's going to be the end of the world pretty soon, and you know, it's just there's this new virus, nuclear war, World War III. There's all these things going on, and it just really sucks. So let's just all pray, cross our fingers, and just hope that just things keep going on peacefully. So everyone, take care. Peace out.